Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition episode of the DELCO Cross Country Podcast. With you as always, well, for some of you, this might be the first time. With you as always, this is Kevin Key, and I am breaking down DELCO Track and Field going into PTFCA State Championships this upcoming weekend. Big things are happening, in all honesty, when it comes to state championships in the state of Pennsylvania. This is actually like a pure state championship. There's no separation among PIAA. There is no separation among leagues where you have a independent league and you have a PIAA league. Like, there is no separation. This is pure on, straight on love for this sport. Pure on, straight on championship in the state of Pennsylvania. Might be the only pure state championship in the entire state of Pennsylvania in reality. I don't see this happening in any other sport. This was the one that was like the big deal when I was in high school. This is the one you wanted to win. And in reality, when I was in high school, my team was not in the PIAA, but this is the one that you want to show up to. This is the one you want to show off at, because this is the one where like it's every single team going head to head finally for the first time that season, a pure state championship. And now things are a lot different than they were back from 2002 to 2006, clearly, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. You're going to hear a lot of different topics today. Firstly, you're likely going to hear a breakdown of where Delaware County stands in the state of Pennsylvania in indoor track in all events. This is not just cross country. I'm going to include sprints. I'm going to include distance. I'm going to include jumps. I'm going to include throws. Everything is on the board here. This is a track season. I am a pure track guy. I love the sport of track and field. I love the sport of cross country in general. Coached many years at Bonner and Prendy as a cross country and a track coach. Coached as an assistant at Cardinal O'Hara as a cross country and a track coach. Went to Cardinal O'Hara High School. These are all different things that adapt into this program, into this thinking, and it's been an honor to be part of Delaware County Track and Field since, like I said, 2002, when I started to run at Cardinal O'Hara High School. And now this is my second year recording this podcast, firstly as a pure cross-country podcast, into now a special edition track podcast, the first ever special edition track podcast. So if you like this, if you're actually listening to this and you're liking the first 3 minutes of this podcast, give me a 5 stars right now. Subscribe right now. Feed those subscribers. Like I've said to my listeners on the DELCO Cross Country Podcast in the past, I don't get paid for this. This is pure fun. This is pure joy. This is pure just staying inside the sport, keeping the research alive, watching different results going at it. So if you've liked this so far, please make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. It's all for the algorithm. Give me that algorithm love within the first few minutes, and then later on you can't go back when you don't like it and then give me a 1 star. We can't do that because you've already given me the 5 star. Sorry. So like it now, push that button now, enjoy it, and hopefully you'll like this by the end of it. This is going to be a long podcast, actually splitting this up into a few days of recording. There's going to be different topics, like I said, going into where DELCO sits in the state of Pennsylvania at the PTFCA championships, having some rankings into this as well, and honestly, even a rant. But here's what I'm going to start with today. I'm going to start with some advice. Okay? Start with advice. Ranked in your top 8 or not, because the top 8 are the ones that medal at state championships. If you're ranked in the top 8 or not, going into this meet, you kind of have to take what Saquon Barkley told his teammates at the Super Bowl. If you don't know who Saquon Barkley is, he is the star running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. One thing he kept telling his teammates: keep it level. Y'all made it this far. You all made it this far into the state of Pennsylvania. You all have a great ranking right now, within the top 8 or not. Like I said, if you could be 8, you could be 20. You got to keep it level, because at this meet, anything can possibly happen. You have to take this as like a business trip. That was a coaching philosophy that I stepped into. Take it as a business trip. You're going in, you have a job to do. There's no play, there's no fun. You have a job to do when you get there. All right, before, during, even some after. It's a business trip. So try to keep your head level, because in reality, anyone can medal in this race. In my first year coaching at Bonner, I had a miler run in the mile purely, run in the slow heat of the mile, and he was able to step off the track with a state medal. So when I say keep it level, keep that mindset level, keep your mind level, keep a focus going in to the PTFCA state championships. Like I said, you could be in the ranked 1, 2, 3, 4. You can rank 8, 9, 10. You can be ranked 18, 19, 20. Keep your head level, keep your mindset going as you move forward. Now, speaking about keeping it level, there are state acceptances into these meets. This is not just a pure run the standard and get in the meet. Sorry, you'll hear me complain about that later on in this podcast. At the 60-meter dash, girl or boy, they are taking 24 athletes. At the 60 hurdles, they took 24 athletes. In the 200, the 400, the 800, and the mile, they took 20 racing athletes. In the 3,000, they took 12. In the shot put, pole vault, high jump, long jump, triple jump, they took 20 athletes. In the 4x200 and the 4x400 and the 4x800, they took 20 athletes. And in the distance medley relay, they took 12 athletes. Now, right now, the next thing I want to get into is diving into where the DELCO athletes stand within this part of the PTFCA championships. Hang on for just 1 second as this breakdown is ready to happen. Now let's dive into state championships. It's going to be a big one. Every team from Delaware County for the past X amount of years has usually shown up pretty well for this meet and showed out at this meet. This is a meet in which there's the top 8 athletes who score and medal in each event. Unlike some other championships, like normal hometown championships, Catholic League championships, they scored 6. Delco's for years, they scored 6. This is a state championship, it scores 8. And the top 8 will medal. It goes 10 points for first place, 8 points for second, 6 points for third, 5 points for fourth, 4 points for fifth, 3 points for sixth, 2 points for 7th, and 1 point for 8th. There's a breakdown of which state championships lies. The official announcement for state championships was made on Sunday night. The entries were posted. I am recording this now on Monday. I recorded part 1 of this prior to the Christian Marche meet. Now I'm going after post-Marche, after the announcements have been made of who has qualified for states, and DELCO really showed out on this one. I have this huge breakdown of where they lie, so let's dive into it right now. DELCO is well represented at the PTFCA state championships with 2 different teams ranked within the top 2 going into this state meet. Let's look at it this way. On the girls' end, it's all Penn Charter's meet. Let's be honest, it's Penn Charter's meet to lose. They rolled in Marley Klein and Gwen Hamilton to what was already an Ali DeLisi distance program and track program, and made this program top tier. So it's really a race for second in this one, and that's where Chester has inserted their names. And they're led by Janasia Deary, and I apologize if I pronounce names wrong today. I got the cross-country names down. It's the track names I still have to get down. This is the first ever track podcast, so I apologize, but I know who you are. Janasia Deary, Demir Allen. Janasia is running the 200 and the 400, Demir and the 60 hurdles and the 200. They're also led by Nia Jeffers in the high jump, with a ranked 4x4 and a ranked 4x2. They'll be challenged for second by Sodderton, Central Bucks East, Cheltenham, and Cedar Crest. On the boys' end, there are 4 points that separate 5 different teams in the state of Pennsylvania, with 2 in a row champions at this point. Episcopal Academy, they are in the running. They are currently the underdog. Put that a little loosely because they're only an underdog by 1 point to the team from LaSalle. And that point can be quickly picked up by Abias Hunter, who is in the 200, in the 400, and he's not ranked within number 1 right now. He could definitely pick up some points. You also have Wakeem Johnson, or Washeem Johnson, so I will apologize again, who is the favorite to win the triple jump and the high jump. And if that's not enough, you got the distance boys, who can show out easily. They have a ranked distance medley relay, and I know they want to show off in that distance medley relay, knowing they didn't get that chance to do so at state championships in the PIAA and cross country. I know they want to show out. And then you also have Eli Engelman in the mile, with only 4 seconds separating the top 8 overall in that race. Expect Episcopal definitely to be in that running. The boys' team scoring is going to go down to the wire between those teams from LaSalle, Episcopal, Downtown West, North Penn, and State College. Our DELCO entries are crazy. Like I said, they always show off for this meet. There's great coaching, great athletes. They always keep high level. And traditionally, DELCO shines at State College. They shine at Penn State. Shout out to my guy at DELCO Track and Field on Instagram and Twitter. He put together a nice list. However, I'm going to battle him because Lower Merion, Conestoga, Harrington, they aren't DELCO. They're Monco. So I'm still going to battle that. But I get your love for that Central League programs. But I'm going to shine my light on those DELCO teams here. So I'm going to give you the entries for DELCO championships. You have in the 60 hurdles, and congratulations to all of you. Like, this was hard to do, and you're going to hear me rant about this later. That's how I'm ending my show, with my rant, because there's more of you that definitely should be in this meet. So you'll hear me rant about this, but this is all about you. So shining a light on you. You did something very special this year. I mean, even though some teams, there's some athletes who just missed this meet, being ranked 21st or 22nd. And there's my rant for the day, and it's coming. And I'm fired up about it. But here we go. 60 hurdles. Qualifiers are Demir Allen from Chester and Kaylin Alley Kelly from Springfield. On the boys' end, you have Daniel Chuckwu from Upper Darby, James Hawkins Jr. from the Haverford School, Abdalo Sangari from Upper Darby, and Mohammed Wadeen from Sun Valley. In the 60 dash, my girl Tamison Allen Bay from Monsignor Bonner Archbishop Prendergast. Shout out to Tammy. Great season so far this year, and I know she's looking to shine another light on her performances moving forward. You also have Felicia Grimmelbean from Garnet Valley, Avery McCrimmon from Garnet Valley, Joshua Dean from Academy Park on the boys' end. In the 200, you have Demir Allen from Chester, Janasia Deary from Chester, Angel White from Chester Charter. On the boys' end, you have Abias Hunter from Episcopal Academy, Logan Maloney from Cardinal O'Hara, Jonathan Wirt from Garnet Valley. In the 400, Janasia Deary leads Chester. Joy Aniwuchi from Ridley also in that race. On the boys' end, it's Ija Gones from the Haverford School, Abias Hunter from Episcopal Academy, and Logan Maloney from Cardinal O'Hara. In the 800, you have Ava Cavanaugh from Episcopal Academy and Joseph Garzio from Radnor. Ava Cavanaugh, she made that transfer over to Episcopal Academy this year. Shout out to Ava, though. Her mom is also a very prominent piece in the Prendy history when it comes to track and field. And as a former Prendy coach, I can give her a little bit of cred for that. In the mile, you have Olivia Cieslak from Haverford and Sophia Curtis from Springfield. You also have on the boys' end Eli Engelman and Jackson Kane from Ridley, and that race alone is going to be fire in the boys' mile. That's definitely one to watch next week. This upcoming week. I apologize, can't believe it's this fast. The 3,000, you have Kendra Williamson from Episcopal Academy. In the shot put, you have Max David from Garnet Valley, pole vault Cameron from Pencrest. The high jump, you have Nia Jeffers from Chester, Justine Rimple from Marple Newtown, shout out there. Isabella Trout from Garnet Valley, Joaquin Johnson from Episcopal. Once again, I apologize for butchering names. In the long jump, you have Isaiah Bland from Haverford School, Xavier Howard from Sun Valley, Owen Lim from Radnor. In the triple jump, on the girls' end, you have Janiyah Hay from Upper Darby, Felicia Morris from Upper Darby, and it seems like that's what they really produce there as they continue to just build up a huge jump program at Upper Darby. On the boys' end, you have Jaden Brown from Ridley, you have Zachary Chandler from Strathaven, Joaquin Johnson from Episcopal Academy, and Owen Lim from Radnor, as well as Gabriel Sayu from Upper Darby. 4x4 teams. This was a hard race to get into, as were all the relays. And on all honesty, you have the girls from Chester, girls from Episcopal Academy, Garnet Valley, and Haverford. On the boys' end, you have Academy Park. You have Bonner's 4x4, which is coming back off of the 4x8, which we'll get to later. But once again, I'm a little biased, guys. I apologize, but shout out to those Bonner guys. Josh Knox Wagner, Donnie Cave, Daniel Stevens, Kenyatta Johnson. Shout out to you guys. I've seen that work. I've seen that effort over the past few years, really getting pushed in. So congratulations for making it both in the 4x4 and 4x8. You have the team from Pencrest on the boys' end in the 4x4, Radnor, Haverford School, and Upper Darby. On the girls' end, in the 4x200, you have the team from Chester, Episcopal Academy, Garnet Valley, and Upper Darby. On the boys' end, you have Academy Park, Garnet Valley, Haverford School, and Upper Darby as well. In the 4x8, you have the girls' teams from Radnor and Springfield. You have the boys' teams from Haverford and Bonner. And I'm going to give a shout out to Haverford in a little bit. Also in that race. Ahead, you also have the distance medley relay on the girls' end from Episcopal Academy. On the boys' end, Episcopal Academy, Haverford School, and Pencrest. 12 teams made that race. That's how crazy this meet is. There were a bunch that hit the standard. 12 made the race. You have a bunch, like, I could see anybody from Delaware County actually, like, scoring in any of those events. Because they really show out as much as possible. I've seen DELCO show up to this meet a number of times as underdogs and really show up. Like I said earlier, keep your calm, keep your focus, keep it level before, during, and after. If you can keep it level, you keep your mind focused on your job as a business trip, any of you can really step on that track and pull off a win. Here am I in the hunt for a medal. These are the people who are ranked within the top 8 right now. Once again, this changes on Sunday. I mean, anything could possibly happen on Sunday. You can have anybody ranked from number 20 to sneak into that top 8. That's how, like, dynamic this meet really is. And in the hunt, in the ranked within the top 8, in the 60, you have Felicia Grimelbean. She's tied for 6th right now in the 60 dash. She's from Garnet Valley. Felicia's had a tremendous career at Garnet Valley. Watching since I coached at Prendy for the past 10 years, I've been able to watch these athletes really step up, especially on the girls' end, and grow over the past X amount of years that they've been racing. In the 60 hurdles, ranked is Demir Allen. She's only ranked 2nd by a 200th of a second that is separating her and Bowden. In the 200, you have Janasia Deary from Chester. She is ranked 5th. In the 400, Janasia is also ranked 2nd. In the mile, Olivia Cieslak, she is ranked 1st. In that race. She's aiming, I believe, and I know if I'm wrong, I know I'm getting corrected. She has never won an individual state championship indoor. She's never had an individual win. I believe she has a win in the 4x4 and the DMR, but has never had an individual win. I think that's what she is aiming for this weekend at state championships, so best of luck to her. Kendra Williamson for Episcopal Academy. She's ranked 3rd overall. Only 2 seconds are separating her and right now number 1 ranked Lillian DeCola, who is an honorary Delco girl, being that her dad was born and raised in Drexel Hill, a Bonner guy, part of that Bonner dynasty in the 90s. In the 4x200, you have Garnet Valley there, ranked 6th overall. Chester is ranked 8th overall. Like I said, anything changes, especially in a relay race. And 4x2, I'm going to touch on a little bit later about a complaint that I have specifically about that race. In the 4x4, ranked is Chester. They are ranked 5th right now. Distance medley relay, Episcopal Academy on the girls' end. They are ranked 1st overall. They crushed it at the Christian Marche meet. Absolutely dominant in that race. It was great to see those 4 girls really step up overall. And in the high jump, you have Nia Jeffers. She's from Chester. She's ranked 4th. Isabel Trout from Garnet Valley. She is tied for 6th currently. In the pole vault, you have Cameron. She is from Pencrest. She is ranked 3rd overall. Here's the boys' end. Boys' end, once again, you have a bunch of guys ranked within that top 8. In the 60 hurdles, Mohammed Wadden, he is from Sun Valley. He is ranked 4th. Abias Hunter from Episcopal Academy in the 200 is ranked 5th, with Logan Maloney from Cardinal O'Hara ranked 8th. You're going to see Logan Maloney in the 400. He's ranked 4th from O'Hara, and Abias Hunter from EA, he is ranked 6th in the 400. There's those little points in that meet in which Episcopal is able to pick up in any way, shape, or form to help out this team score. In the 800, Josh Sharp, he is ranked 3rd overall, dynamic at Meet of Champs, set a school record for Upper Darby in the 400 at the Christian Marche meet. He's had 2 really back-to-back great races, ready for a 3rd going in the state championships. Joseph Garzio, he is from Radnor. He's ranked 4th overall. He continues to dominate his season after a strong end to his cross-country season. In the mile, this race, I've already said, this race can be as close as anything. There's the mile on the boys' end is so close that anything could potentially happen. Eli Engelman, he's ranked 3rd overall from Episcopal Academy. Jackson Kane from Ridley, he's ranked 7th overall. Both seem very fired up, especially Jackson after that Marche meet on Sunday. I think they're ready to go. I think they're ready to put something on the track that no one might expect. So best of luck there within the mile. That's the race I really want to watch come Sunday at state championships. In the 4x200, Garnet Valley, they're ranked 3rd overall. In the 4x8, you have Haverford, they're ranked 7th. And like I said, I was going to give you guys a shout out. I want to shout out to you for shouting for me while I was frustrated parking on Sunday for the Christian Marche Invitational. I'm trying to figure out how I can pay for parking. You guys made sure to stop, say hi to me. I know I might not have been the nicest person. I didn't get a chance to say hi back to you guys at the time. I didn't get a chance to talk to you more, but you were also warming up. But I wanted to give you guys a shout out for shouting me out at the Marche meet on Sunday. I know I may have looked a little frustrated with the parking app, but everything turned out well because I was able to get into the meet perfectly fine. Distance medley relay, you're the boys from Episcopal. They're ranked 4th. That's going to be in one of those other races I said that's going to see, hey, where can they pick up points? The DMR is where they can do that. In the high jump, you have Washeem Johnson from Episcopal Academy. He's ranked 1st. He's also ranked 1st in the triple jump. And the long jump, you have Owen Lim, he is from Radnor. He is ranked 8th overall. I think I did my best breaking this meet down as much as possible when it comes to scorers and where we are placed within the state of Pennsylvania. But like I said, congratulations to everybody because this meet was hard to get into. It was very hard to get into. That's going to lead to, guys, if you are good, if you don't want to hear me complain, this is probably the part you want to stop the podcast. If you want to hear me complain, enjoy, because I've got some gripes about this meet and how it's run. Every coach, every person, whatever, they have their complaints. They have their specific details about this meet that they hate. I really dislike a few things about this one. And my biggest complaint is, don't give a state standard if you're going to cap your entries. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I mean, you cap the DMR and the 3,000 at 12. You cap mostly everything else at 20, and some races at 24. If you're going to cap your entries, there is no reason, none, to have a state standard. Except if you want to put the SQS time on run.tf, which shout out to the run.tf guys and the athletic guys. You guys do a great job. But do not give a state qualifying guideline if, I get it, it's a suggested time. But here's your suggested time, PTFCA. Update your website. Because the last time it was updated was 2023. That is the last time the standards were updated, your suggested standards. Also, according to the website, 1/11/2019 was the last time those standards were actually updated. And at that time, it was like a fight if you can run the 4x8 and the DMR. I'm a little thrown off. Like, if you hit the PTF state standard, like, it's great to see. Congratulations, you hit the PTF state standard, and it's awesome to see on Run.tf or Athletic Live. But that means nothing if the entries are capped. I mean, think of it this way, and I brought this up to a few coaches at the Marche meet. The boys' 800 suggested standard for the PTFC meet on a bank track is 159.63. Where does this state standard rank you in the state of Pennsylvania right prior to the Christian Marche meet this past Sunday? It would rank you 51st. How many athletes are accepted to state championships? 20. That means if you hit the state standard, congratulations, great job, here's a Coke and a smile, but there are 30 athletes ahead of you who are going to make state championships. That's why the 4x8 is going to be fire this weekend. That alone, 51 kids hit the state standard. 51. That 4x8 Sunday is going to be one of those best races possible. That's not my only gripe about this meet. There are a few others, and I know I might get attacked by coaches. I might get attacked here by meet management, and I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Like, there are few abilities to watch this meet. Like, there are only like a few things about this meet. Like, if you're a visitor at this meet, you had to stand outside for hours before this meet happens. Like, if you're going in and you're going to spectate, families, get there early, because if you're not there early, you might not watch your kid race. Like, and you also have like coaches sitting in the team area, not really being able to see or support their kids along the track. It's a tough spot. It really is a tough spot to watch a race. I mean, I don't have an answer other than maybe the better views at Ocean Breeze or the Armory, but I also know that the powers that be don't want this meet out of the state of Pennsylvania, which is understandable. But to what point? Like, having spectators wait for hours with a lack of parking, it's not really a lack of parking. You have parking all the way up. It's a nice little walk to get down. But, like, if you go to another area, if you go to Ocean Breeze, you go to the Armory, there's plenty of seating arrangements. I know there's not really parking at the Armory, but there's plenty of seats available. Plenty of seats and parking at Ocean Breeze. I know it's tough. Like I said, I know you don't want to leave the state of Pennsylvania, but it's really hard to watch this meet if you go to it live. I'm going to try to watch it on Mile Split this weekend myself, because I am not going to be waiting in that line to get in to state championships. Sorry. Love y'all in Delaware County, but I'm not going to see it. And here's another thing that it kind of goes unnoticed. This is my last gripe about this meet, and then I'll calm down. This is my last one, like I said. And I mentioned the 4x2 earlier. And here's my gripe about the 4x200. Why in the world is it that at every bank track, it is a 3-turn stagger for a 4x200? But if you'll notice at PTFCA state championships, it's a 2-turn stagger. We trying to confuse the athletes? We trying to hurt the athletes? Trying to confuse specifically the second leg of this relay? Do we not realize how much this actually affects the kid that is racing on the line, that is like, hey, I'm going to stay in the zone, I'm going to run that extra turn? Yeah, it was a 2-turn stagger a year ago. I hope at one point they change this to a 3-turn stagger, but like a simple mistake takes away potentially a medal from teams. If it's a bank track, keep the plan universal. The state championship meet never runs ahead of schedule. You guys, you keep it copacetic. You keep it running pretty smoothly. You're not going to be charged extra for having a 3-turn stagger for that race. And I know there's plenty of coaches out there that are willing to help, because that's what we do. We're able to sit on that third turn and put those cones down. Just like I saw Lex Mercado doing at the Christian Marche Invitational last week at the University of Penn. If it's going to be a bank track, everything should stay universal. That's my gripes. Those are my gripes going into state championships. It's not a lot, but I have a few things that I like to complain about every once in a while, and I didn't do enough of that during the cross country season. I didn't do enough complaining, so I thought my first track podcast, the one that I said, hey, it's potentially going to come, I thought this is the time to do it. Let me complain a little bit, but I'm going to bring this back to the kids. Guys, kids, girls, guys, good luck this weekend. Like I said, just follow that like Saquon Barkley mindset. Keep it level. Saquon, he pulled AJ Brown aside after the first drive of the game where AJ Brown got called for a penalty that wasn't really a penalty, but got called for a penalty. Saquon pulled him aside and said, "Yo, keep it level. We'll make up for it. Keep it level. Keep it here." Pulled his teammates aside. Keep it level. Keep it here. We're fine. It's a business trip. We got to focus on the next play. And what did the Eagles do? They stopped the Chiefs from moving anywhere downfield defensively, and then they dominated the game. And then every time there was a touchdown by the Eagles, every time they went up, Saquon Barkley pulled them aside. Keep it level. Don't get ahead of yourself. Keep it level. We're dominating right now, but don't get ahead of yourself. We've seen teams come back before. Guys, that's my advice this weekend. Keep it level. Keep a level head. You've earned this spot, and you saw, like I said, there's a lot of teams that earned this spot that hit the qualifying standard that doesn't really exist and aren't in this meet. So keep calm. Keep it copacetic. Keep it calm. Keep it focused. Keep it level. Run well. And you've got this. Like, you can go out and you can remember these moments for the rest of your life in reality. Good, bad, indifferent. Keep it level. Keep it focused. Enjoy the little things that go into this meet. And make sure you move. Because I saw y'all mocking me at Christian Marche. I saw it. All right, but make sure you move. Make sure you get out. Like I said before, make sure you give this a 5-star review. This is my first track version of the podcast. I kind of tried to break it down as much as possible going into state championships. But yeah, make sure you give it a 5-star review. Let me know how I'm doing. You can follow me, Instagram at DelcoXCPod, Twitter at DelcoXCPod, DelcoXC@gmail.com if you want to shoot me an email. Let me know how I'm doing. You leave a comment on the podcast machine or Spotify machine. It's all good. It's all good. We're all here to support Delaware County. Congratulations, coaches, athletes, everybody for qualifying for state championships. Best of luck this weekend at State College. Like I've said, this is Kevin Key, and I am signing off. Good luck this weekend.